8 years later, Stardew Valley is still nothing short of a masterpiece. A simple game about moving to a quiet town, starting your own farm, and talking to people. It seems like such a simple premise, but has been oh so impactful on many people's lives as well as my own. Stardew Valley's simplicity is its absolute greatest strength, because at the end of the day, you are moving into the town, right? You're moving into the valley, gonna start your own farm, inheriting it from your grandpa, not sure what you're doing, you're leaving your old corporate job that was just wearing you down, and you're gonna try something simple, back to basics. That is easily the game's greatest strength, and that's why so many people like it, is because it's just escapism at the end of the day. It's escapism. You can leave all the stuff that's currently happening right now in your life or whatever, your real workplace struggles, anything with friends, other life complications behind, and you can just go to the valley and have a good time farming. I wish I had started playing this game much earlier than, oh gosh, I guess it's been 3 years-ish now, just because it was a game I had been eyeballing for a while, debating if I was going to buy it or not. I decided not to because, in my absolute infinite wisdom, I was stupid actually in thinking this. I heard so many people recommend it, and I'd go to the Switch eShop to look at it, and I saw it was just a $15 indie pixel game, you know, about farming, and like, super wise AJ was like, it's just a game about farming, the graphics don't look incredible, what on earth could be so special about this game? So, boy was I wrong, to say the absolute least. I didn't pick the game up until a while later, like I was saying before, like 3-ish years ago. It was, I'm sure the story will sound familiar, because maybe it's your own story with this game, just at a rough part of life. College work, school, and everything was really wearing me down. I was tired, I was having lots of just stuff going on in life. I sat down and I was like, you know what, I've been eyeballing this game for a while, I need something new to play, it's only $15 at the end of the day, you know. For $15, surely this game won't be a masterpiece or anything, but it'll at least, like, you know, help me get through the time, and oh boy, I was completely wrong about this game not being a masterpiece, because it purely is. One of the greatest games I've ever played in my entire life, just because of how it nails the simple concept of being a farmer. At the end of the game, Stardew Valley is super simple, you know, growing crops, raising animals, talking to people. That's it. That's what the gameplay is. But why is it just so engaging? And it comes down to a few simple things that I really want to highlight in this video. The gameplay itself is obviously Stardew Valley's absolute most greatest strength. Growing crops is so unbelievably rewarding. Getting the seeds, planting them, taking the time to water them, like, it feels tedious, but you know, it's work. At the end of the day, this is like real farmers do, granted not to this, like, absolute simple extreme. Oh, so rewarding. I can akin it similar to Animal Crossing. I'm sure a lot of people will draw that comparison with, you know, saving up your money, getting a building. On Animal Crossing, though, you have to wait like 2 real days or something like that. Stardew Valley, you can just keep playing, you know. Maybe you can go to the mines or do some fishing while you wait for your building to be constructed, or for your crops to finish growing, for your animals for growing up. There's just still so much to do, even when some of the stuff is, like, quote-unquote time consuming, just in the terms of, like, it takes a lot of time for something to get done, such as, like, putting wine in, like, putting fruit in the kegs to turn into wine and stuff like that, or then aging it, waiting for your little chickens that you bought to grow up into big chickens so you can get the eggs. No matter where you are, there's always going to be something that is engaging you, keeping you actively playing. Like fishing, talking to people. I know this is also a great game to play with friends, because I got some friends who they love fishing. That's their favorite thing to do in this game. Or, like me, I'm not very good at fishing, and I don't enjoy it as much. This is contrary to real life, because if you know me in real life, I absolutely love fishing. Stardew Valley fishing, though, is a little too difficult for me. I'm not the sharpest cookie in the drawer. Anyway, but so it just plays to every person's individual strength. If they like mining, they can mine. If they like farming, they can farm. If they like fishing, they can fish. If you like doing everything, you can still do everything. But no matter what you are working towards, you are earning money for yourself and for your farm and for the people that you're talking to. Because Stardew Valley's greatest strength at the end of the day is that it rewards work, no matter what type of work it is, as long as it's hard work. If you're taking the time during your day to go to the mines, mine ingots, coal, and stuff like that, and face the monsters you may find, you're going to get rewarded for that with being able to upgrade your tools or even sell the gems, donate to the museum. If you're farming, take the time, grow your crops. They make great gifts to people, and that's your main source of income, you know, to advance your farm. Fishing, you can also help donate those to the bundles at the community center. They can make really good gifts or make food, so you can continue to fish. You can use it to go mining if you're doing something that requires a lot of energy and stuff. So no matter what you're doing in this game, you are being rewarded constantly, and that is just what makes the gameplay loop so unbelievably fun. Another one of what I'd argue is the second greatest strength of this game is the characters. Just every character in this game feels so alive and like they could be a real person. They all have their own distinct personalities, likes and dislikes, if they get along with them, if they don't. It's so much fun to talk with friends and other people who've played this game and to have them be like, oh my gosh, I love this character. Then I'll be like, really? You like that character? I can't stand them. It's the same way in real life, you know, like you get along with some people better than you do others, and that's just, the characters feel so unbelievably alive, and that is like one of the greatest strengths. You got Haley, you know, she starts out completely bratty, a snob and stuff like that, kind of the stereotypical high school bully-ish character, but then over time, if you choose to still be friends to her and kind, then she'll turn around to be like, hey, you know what, I'm kind of being a snob, I need to stop, pick my act up, I don't want to move to the city, I'm gonna stay here in the valley. You got George as well, another one of my favorites. Grumpy old man, you know, when you meet him, he's still rather rude, and as you get to know him, he really takes that sort of grandpa figure, you know, that you no longer have in your life. R.I.P. Grandpa, you will be missed. Anyway, so, but as you continue to become better friends with him, like, he just really warms up to you, treats you almost as his own grandson, you know? You got Alex, you know, has big aspiring dreams to move to the city, but as you become closer with him, giving him gifts and stuff like that, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to try to go off and chase all this fame and everything like that. I'm going to stay here in the valley for a while. You got Robin, just as kind as can be, building your tools, or building your buildings, sorry. That's, we're not going to talk about Clint. That's one of the characters I don't like. Clint sucks. You got Marnie, and her love of animals and stuff like that is prevalent in everything. We got Lewis, who seems like a super nice guy, which he is, but he's also an utter egomaniac, and that's another thing that just makes these characters feel so real, is because they all have their flaws. No matter who you're talking to, every single character is imperfect in some way, and that's what makes them people like us, like I stated before. Haley is a bit of a snob. Alex is a bit of a jock, you know, kind of like, not in like a bad way, you know, but a little bit, oh, I'm stronger than you and stuff like that. You look a little puny. Whatever. Emily is absolutely insane, and that's why she's perfect. Elliot is a total creep. That's another character we don't talk about. Demetrius is super nice to you, but he hates his son. It's all these characters are imperfect, but that's what makes them feel so human and relatable, and what lets people easily get attached to them. Keep using this word a lot, but escapism just is truly the game's greatest strength. It doesn't try to be connected to our world, or anything. This is set in I believe it's called the Ferngill Republic, something entirely separate from our own world, but it still tells a very human story of people trying to live just a simple life when there's a big evil corporation trying to take over. We don't like Joja Mart. Get him out of here. So, even though it's entirely separate, the characters, the scenario, the whole world and everything is still very relatable. So you can learn, you can learn some lessons and stuff about life from Stardew Valley, even though it's an entirely fictional setting and stuff like that. Maybe it is just the cyberpunk inspired part of me that says, no, screw them corpos that can really appreciate what this game does for trying to promote small individual people over a big corporation and stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's very easy to just view all these big companies or view life and stuff like that and jobs and these huge machines, government, as these massive overbearing entities and stuff. But at the end of the day, life, as complicated as it is just people. Individual people getting along, talking, getting through it together, hand in hand, and it's what makes the game so much fun. I also started playing this game at, I stated earlier, not my proudest moment, in life. I have bad social anxiety and everything like that, so it kind of embarrassing to say, but it was so bad even at the point when I started playing Stardew Valley, I would just avoid talking to the characters and stuff and getting to know them because I'm like, oh no, it's people, I don't want to talk with them. Super embarrassing. Anyway, so just the fact that everybody, even if there are some NPCs that are a little grumpy towards you in the beginning, Haley and Shane and stuff like that, there are still friendly faces around, and it's just like real life, no matter where you go, there's gonna be friendly faces around, and just that this game is so welcoming because you take the place of somebody moving in to the valley, and it's you starting the game for the first time as well. They're kind of teaching you the ropes, Lewis is like, hey, you get these seeds, throw them out there on the ground, and let me see what you can do. And it's just the way you're able to help the community build itself up slowly but surely is just so good. So yes, we do have update 1.6 coming out sometime this year. I don't know, probably won't be for a long while, but regardless, I know we are 100% getting 1.6, but I'm going to create a imaginary scenario for a second here. Just even if it never comes out, even if there's never 1.5 or anything else, the game was just the way it is. It's a masterpiece already. That improvements have just made the game better. So I guess this video is just a thank you to Concerned Ape, for taking the time to work solo and create this, absolute masterpiece for us all to play. A thank you, and a sort of review. Maybe if you're debating to purchase Stardew Valley, now would definitely be the time. Don't be like me and skip out on this game. If you think you won't like it, big trust. Just buy it and play it. At the end of the day, it's $15. I almost feel bad for buying this game for $15 because it's the quality and the amount of fun I've had with this game, I feel is somewhere in the hundreds and stuff like that, probably. Just to support, I've bought this game probably 3 or 4 times. I have it on a couple different consoles, bought it for friends. I have the collector's edition, and I'm thinking about maybe buying the vinyls and stuff like that. So I just like to support independent developers in any way I can, just like Stardew Valley, shop at Piers. Not Joja. We hate Joja. Closing thoughts now. I've been playing the soundtrack throughout this video. It's definitely... the game's even worth playing just for the soundtrack alone. It's absolutely fantastic. This is a bit of a different video from what I've been doing recently. Lately, it's been my Star Wars videos or other movies and stuff taking off. But it doesn't matter. It's my channel, and I get to do what I want. The fact that I even have, 100-something people who want to watch me just make videos. Never thought I'd reach that much. So, just thank you all. A little bit different, but I feel like a special game like this really deserves a special thank you from me just because of how it's impacted me, and I've got all my friends to play it. Hopefully I've convinced you to play it if you haven't already. Like, if you're watching this, if you haven't played it, go buy it right now. But yeah, absolute masterpiece of a game. Pure escapism, which is just what we need. Perfect for, like, when things seem to be just going completely wrong in society. It's nice to have something to, escape to, have fun on your own, have some fiction, like, don't get too invested, that you forget the troubles of the world. But when everything seems overwhelming, just taking a break and relaxing is really needed at the end of the day. Congratulations to Concerned Ape for making an absolute masterpiece. Just hands down one of the best games ever made, and it will easily be remembered probably for generations to come.